Honey, you're sure the time is right?
Yes, it said 12 o'clock sharp.
Well, damn it, Susan, it's 12:20. Where the hell is the history tour guide?
I paid $500 for this, so it should be good. He had great ratings online.
Well, being close to a half hour late isn't a way to instill my confidence in this person. Who the hell is it that's leading the walk?
Let me look. Oh, Nick... Bosley?
Nick Bosley? I feel like I've heard that name before.
Yeah, apparently he's the creator of Bosley hair removal.
And he's a tour guide?
Apparently.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry I'm late. That cow I slept with last night couldn't take a hint when I told her I had a history tour to give. She thought I was role-playing, so, after another ravenous hour of sex, I drew the line and said, hey, I'm 15 minutes late for this tour. I gotta go.
You're 22 minutes late. Are you telling me that you just...
Let's not focus on the past. Actually, that's why you're here. So let me introduce myself. I'm Nick Bosley. I'll be your history guide for Charleston City. I've been doing these tours for long time, so I know things all the other tour guides don't know. So you guys are lucky.
Well, you should be good if you cost us $500.
You were 4 times more expensive than the next closest tour guide.
This is awkward. Apparently you didn't read the fine print. The $500 was a down payment. The total is more like, $1,500.
What?
You know what? You both look good, and I gotta make rent, so we'll just leave it at $500.
You're out of your freaking mind if you thought for a second we were gonna pay $1,500.
I'm not arguing with you there, so a little more about myself. I live down at Justice City 364 days of the year, and Charleston City is more my vacation spot.
Now, you keep saying Charleston City, but that's the first time I've heard that since we visited.
Well, what else would I call it? Charleston Town? That's like calling it Charlestown Town. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. See, that's what I'm talking about with this city. Nobody knows anything.
On the map, it just says Charleston.
On New York City, it just says New York. Just because it isn't on a map doesn't mean it's not true.
New York on the map is the name of the state, not the city.
What's your name?
Joe.
Joe, I'm gonna have to respectfully ask that you shut up. I'm the history guide, and if you don't like what I have to say, you can leave. There's no refunds, so I get paid whether you come along or not.
Joe, just relax, honey. Let's just get through this.
I'm gonna relax my fist into that bitch's face if he disrespects me like that again.
As I was saying, Charleston City was founded in 1492. Columbus sailed across the Pacific Ocean, and after many months of boredom and masturbation, they landed here in this beautiful area of Charleston City. Back then, it was just known as Charlestown.
It wouldn't be known as anything if he just discovered it.
Actually, Joe, the Native Americans who lived here called it Charlestown. They named it after their chieftain, Charles Barkley. He was a large 7-foot man who was known as the Tall Bear.
You lying motherfucker.
Joe, please.
So let's head this way into Washington Park. This is a statue of George Washington. He came here in 1521 to claim Charlestown for the United States of America. At the time, the USA only had 48 states. They had not discovered Alaska or Delaware yet, if I'm not mistaken.
So, Mr. Smart Guy, why is this park called Washington Park?
Funny you should ask that. There isn't really a reason. Washington had never been to this park. In fact, Lincoln came here way more often than Washington.
Oh yeah? And why is that?
Well, Washington was pretty pissed off when Lincoln was sleeping with his wife. He didn't find out until later, but they weren't really good friends. So Washington started the Civil War a little later to get Lincoln back for his disrespect. But we all know how that ended.
How did it end?
Don't encourage him, Joe.
World War II? We won! It was marvelous. Right this way.
What's that statue over there?
Listen, Joe, I don't appreciate you directing how this tour is going to go. But that being said, I had to take a history test, and they wanted me to know all these architects' names and all that junk. I focus on the things that are a little more important. I don't focus on things that don't interest me, so there you have it. That being said, that statue represents when Anakin Skywalker, Jedi Knight, fell to the dark side when he joined Emperor Palpatine, and he murdered younglings. It was all in the papers. Really sad.
Like in Star Wars?
No, Joe, not everything is in a movie. Some things in life are real. Moving right along.
What's the German Society?
Come again?
There's a plaque on this building that says German Society.
Oh, yeah. So before they were Nazis, they would congregate in this building, kind of like a church, and eat food and shit like that. But don't focus on that. Let's keep walking.
Damn it, Susan. This is a waste of our time. We should just cut our losses and get the hell out of here.
We don't have anything to do until our lunch reservation. We might as well just enjoy the walk.
This is the worst.
So over here, you'll notice that the porches are turned inward and not towards the street.
And why is that?
I'm glad you asked that, Joe. I gotta be honest, I have no idea. If I had to guess, it was to guard themselves from the smell of rotting crap. So back in 1637 through 1998, people used to just poop in the street. It was really ridiculous. Mayor Jim Bob put a stop to it and said, no more pooping in the street. Unfortunately, he was assassinated before he could make that a law in 1923. So people lacked the courage to fight until 1998 when Bill Clinton got a Hummer from an intern.
A Hummer?
Yeah, apparently one of his interns was rich and gifted him a Hummer because he was such a good president.
Oh, God.
Anyways, let's go this way. This is Rainbow Street. They are very accepting of all lifestyles, except gay people. So the name Rainbow Street is really an ironic name.
I was told that it's called Rainbow Street because the buildings are painted different colors.
That's the conspiracy theory. But trust me, the people that live there hate gay people.
What makes you say that?
I hosted a movie night right here a few weeks ago and picked a gay porno to present on a projector. Everybody booed. I mean, they grabbed their children and just ran in disgust.
That doesn't mean they hate gay people. I'm sure they would have done that if you put on any type of porn.
It was art. They put naked statues all over the city. What's the difference? I see those films as nothing other than works of art.
You are messed up, Nick.
Hey, you don't talk to me that way. But that being said, let's keep walking this way. Oh, right here, you see where there's some bricks. Well, back in 1999, we decided to dig up some stuff, and we found 2 T-Rexes here.
I heard nothing of this.
Well, you wouldn't. It's serious business. Back in 1993, a man named John Hammond came to Charleston City and wanted to build a park of wonders. He chose dinosaurs. Terrible mistake. 4 people died, so we buried all evidence of it. Of course, the dinosaurs were still alive, so we had to smother them under dirt and stone.
That's the plot of Jurassic Park.
It was based on a true story. Next up, we have the battery. So they call this the battery because under all the cannons in park, there's a giant battery running the city. Back in 1842, the company Duracell went into business and they wanted to create something that no one thought was possible. So they created the AA battery. Why AA, you ask? Because Bob Duracell was in AA getting over the drink. After the AA was a success, he built a 100,000-ton battery, planted it here under the park, hooked it up to the city, and we haven't relied on any other type of energy ever since.
And when was that?
Bob Duracell made the battery for the city in 1956.
But he started the business in 1842. He'd be well over 100.
Yeah. Well, he was. He learned how to extend life with his batteries. Then he was killed when the Energizer Bunny was sent to their factory and exploded. A lot of people died, not Bob. He lived another 20 years.
You really expect me to believe that?
I don't expect you to believe anything. You are what is wrong with America, sir. You and your wife are whores, and I've had enough. Good luck finding your way back to the start, jerk-offs. Hey, baby, come pick me up. I'm ready to get some sugar.